What's up, you guys? It's your girl Yeliz, and today I am here with a Mortal Kombat 12 roster wish list. Now, when I was making this list, I had no plot twist in mind because when you play with time travel, it's really hard to predict where things will go. So I really didn't bother investing time and imagination into the story of what MK12 will be about. And some of the characters on my roster are there mainly because of affiliation, not because I'm desperate or excited to see them in MK12. I am really excited for Mortal Kombat 12 and I'm happy with whatever we get. But at the same time, I made a list with what makes sense to me personally and what is more possible than impossible. Because if it was up to me and the people that I want in the roster, then it would be extremely unrealistic, and a lot of the OG Mortal Kombat classic characters won't be in there because I like the ninja style characters more than special forces type characters who are, you know, kind of boring. But I also will say that making this roster was probably the hardest tasks I've ever given myself, in a sense where who are we going to put in there, because Mortal Kombat has so many crazy characters, amazing crazy characters. So I can't even imagine what Netherrealm is going through or would have gone through to figure out who is going to be on the roster. Like, this is intense. I do want to remind you guys, in case you weren't aware, that in Mortal Kombat 9, they had about 27 playable characters on the roster. In MKX, they had 25 playable characters. And in MK11, I believe it's 24. For me, it's the more the merrier. So I'm going to go with 27 characters that I need on the roster. Now, they are not in any particular order. They were just characters that came into my head and I wrote them down. And obviously, the top priority characters are the ones that, you know, at the top of the list because they're my main characters that I need in Mortal Kombat 12. Before we go ahead with this video, you guys, let me know who your dream characters are to have in MK12 or what your roster's like. And yeah, let's talk about it. Let's jump on this MK12 hype train. Is at number 1, of course, we have Scorpion. That's a no-brainer. Is literally one of the poster childs for Mortal Kombat, and if he's not in the game, I don't know if Mortal Kombat will ever make sense. So Scorpion with number 1. Number 2, of course, following Scorpion, we have the oh so incredible SubZero. Again, makes sense. There's no Mortal Kombat without SubZero, and he just has to be in the game, period. I'm very excited to see the new designs of these guys in this game. But at number 2, we have SubZero. And of course, at number 3, we have Noob Saibot. You gotta love Noob Saibot. You gotta have him in the game. He's just absolutely brilliant, and I don't think I could do it without him. I don't think I will live without Noob Saibot, without his presence in the Mortal Kombat series. So yes. At number 4 on my list, we have Ermac, and I just miss him. I absolutely adore Ermac. I love everything about him. I think he's absolutely phenomenal as a character. Love his moveset, and I really like this look of Ermac, like the whole he's got the soul sucked out of him, and he looks like, you know, almost like a wraith, soul reaper if you must, but I kind of wish and I hope that he sticks with that look. Following Ermac, we have Reptile. Now, I do like Reptilian Reptile. I don't think it's necessary for him to be a ninja because Mortal Kombat's really good at character design and character creation, so I feel like that's what makes, to me, Reptile stand out, you know, over the OG boys, because he's just very different, and he is Reptile for a reason. You know, I don't think Reptile needs to be human. He's cool as a human, but I like him as a reptilian. Smoke. I personally prefer Smoke to be a ninja. I would expect him to be a ninja in MK12. I do like the ninja style. I feel like he really looks good with, you know, amongst the boys like SubZero and Scorpion. And, you know, the smoke element is really cool. I love his outfit in MK9. But definitely want Smoke back for sure. Up next, we have Fire God Liu Kang. Now, I want Fire God Liu Kang, period. I feel like he doesn't need to be just normal Liu Kang. I mean, actually, I don't want to say that because then that means there won't be any Raiden, maybe. But, Liu Kang, Fire God Liu Kang. Hopefully, I just love everything about Fire God Liu Kang. He looks fantastic. He is fantastic. The fire and thunder together is sexy. I love that he has the hat on the back of his back, wearing it like a backpack. Oh my god, you have no idea how obsessed I am with this design. And my 8th character is, of course, Raiden. I love Raiden. His presence makes me very comfortable. I love knowing that he's around. And it's just like, I would put Raiden with, like, if there's no Scorpion or SubZero in a Mortal Kombat, then it doesn't make sense. To me, it won't make sense to have a Mortal Kombat without Raiden. I don't know, I guess he's just like the father of Mortal Kombat, at least in my eyes, and I want him in MK12. With number 9 on my list, we have Kung Lao the Great, or the Great Kung Lao, however you feel like you want to say it. I don't see a Mortal Kombat game with Liu Kang not having Kung Lao by his side. I love him as a character. I think he's absolutely fantastic. Also, his design in MK11 was, yeah. So, Kung Lao for MK12, please. Of course, Molina makes it on the list for MK12. She's absolutely incredible. I love everything about her. Her MK11 design was also absolutely phenomenal, and it's just gonna happen. If it doesn't, I will feel very uncomfortable. But yes, oh, she's amazing. And following Molina, of course, we have Katana. I love her. I adore her. She's one of my favorite girls. And you know, Princess Katana is very necessary, especially I wanted to have a kid with Liu Kang. Woo! Whether it's a girl, whether it's a boy, doesn't matter. I just feel like them two having a kid will be magical and amazing. And of course, Shao Khan is going to make my list. I love him. He's so outworldly. He's so powerful. He's on par with Shao Khan. I just love his look. I love everything about him, and he's one of the coolest new Mortal Kombat character designs to date. I genuinely really adore him, and I would love to see him in MK12. Of course, Shao Khan made it on my list. I love him, and Kotal needs a rival. I feel like with Katana and Molina being around, Shao Khan is pretty appropriate. I do love his design. I do like everything about Shao Khan. He's very powerful, he's very menacing, and I want to see him again. Following Shao Khan, I think Sindel works as well. She's awesome. She makes a lot of sense to be in the game. I had to put her on the list because it doesn't make sense to have Shao Khan and Katana without Sindel, you know? Can I say I could live without her? Maybe, but I don't think I would want to because she's pretty cool. So guys, at number 15, not because I wanted to, it was because I had to, I put down Triborg, but that comes with a little caveat. So obviously I wanted them to be individual characters so they can have their own space, but there was not enough room because I had to fit other necessary characters on the roster. But my caveat with the Triborg is obviously it's going to be Cyrax, it's going to be Sector, and in my case, it needs to be a new robot. Because we've already got Smoke human form, and I don't want him to be Triborg because he doesn't need to be Triborg. I prefer him as a ninja, obviously. So I feel like with the whole like, you know, cyborg takeover that Noob Cybot is supposedly a part of, I feel like they should come up with a new robot so Smoke can have his own little space. And yeah, so I don't want Cyber Smoke. I want a new cyber character to make it the trio. Next on my list is Cabal. I love Cabal. I love the concept of Cabal. I like everything about Cabal, and I think he could have a truly sick design in MK12. I think he should be in the game just for, you know, excitement's sake. But yes, I do love him. I do appreciate him, and I would love him on the roster for the next game. Also have Shang Tsung on my list. I feel like he's necessary and it makes sense to have him. I love the concept of Shang Tsung. I love everything about him, especially Carrie. But yeah, I feel like it does make sense to have him in the next Mortal Kombat game. Yes. So let's go Shang Tsung. Guys, we have Johnny Cage next on the list. He's, you know, as much as I feel like I could live without Johnny Cage, I feel like he's like the comic relief that you need to have. Again, look, I don't have a problem with Johnny Cage and I wouldn't be upset if he's in the game. He is a fan favorite. I don't hate him, but I feel like I can do without him. But, you know, with the idea of not having Johnny Cage also doesn't quite make sense to me. So he's earned his rightful place to stay on the list. And following Johnny is obviously Sonia, another character that's on the list because of affiliation, not because I'm desperate to have her in the game. I do like the way she plays in MK11. I feel like that's her at her best. And, you know, the first woman of Mortal Kombat, so, you know, she's got her respectful place. Yeah, I don't dislike her. I feel like I probably could live without her. And have it like a ninjas only, you know, special forces, you go do your own thing, type attitude towards the Cage family. But yes, again, can't have Johnny without Sonia, so that's why she's here. Also, Cassie, just because of the way that MK11 story went, I feel like she's like maybe the future replacement of Mommy and Daddy. You know, she's pretty cool. She plays nice. She looks great. Again, another character on the list because of affiliation. But yes, I mean, you know, she's on the list. She made it. And yeah, I would say she was like the first baby of the family. So yeah. At number 21, Kenshi also made it onto my list. I think he's a really cool character, especially for the Mortal Kombat Legends animated movies that he's made a presence in. He's pretty fantastic. I do like him, and I respect Kenshi. I think he's very unique, and yeah, I would be happy. I definitely wouldn't be mad. Oh, I love this skin. Woo! Yeah. Kenshi, let's go. Following Kenshi, we have Takeda. I think he's probably one of the best new characters, and I love the fact that he's Kenshi's son, and, you know, trained by Hanzo Hasashi, so, but it would be sick to have him in the game. I love his style, love everything about him, and I feel like he has a very bright future in the Mortal Kombat universe, so Kenshi's dope. I'll take Kenshi, especially over Cole. What the fuck? Another character that's on the list because of affiliation is Jackie Briggs. Now, don't hate her. I think she plays really cool. I think she's even better than Cassie Cage. And I love this look. Oh my god, it's so beautiful and traditional and just sexy. I love this skin. I don't recall ever seeing this skin, but I'm getting sidetracked. The only reason why I think she's worthy of being in MK12 is the possibility of her having a kid with Takeda. I think they're like engaged or like married, or I don't know, something about that I know that she's together with Takeda, so I will have her in the game just to have a kid. But yes, I mean, she's cool. I do think she's better than Jax. Jax is like boring and he's so tired for me at this point. I will definitely have her instead of Jax. I'm sorry, Jax fans. I'm sorry, Jax. But you can go look after your grandson and retire and just get out of the roster. Sorry. At number 24 on my list, we have Havoc. Now, I think Havoc is really sick, and every time I think about Havoc, I just want to see him in the ring or fighting against Ermac. I think those two together would be absolutely fantastic. I like what he does with his body and how he uses it in his fighting style. I think he's a very cool character, and it'd be something a little bit different, you know, that we haven't had for the longest time, and Havoc will be a great candidate to be on the roster of MK12. And I just can't wait to see how they make him look, like with that half skin peeling off and that skeletal man. I don't know. I love his design, and I think he's a pretty sick character. Like overall, he's very dope. Yes, you guys, you see him. We have Shinnok. Obviously, with the way that MK11 went, Shinnok had a presence, but not so much, but still a pretty valid one. I do see it making sense, he being in Mortal Kombat 12. Also, I really like Shinnok. I don't hate him at all. I feel like he's a cool sorcerer, and he'll be fine. He'll be great. There's something about Quan Chi's presence that gives me excitement and chills. Like I just love Quan Chi as a character, and I think he always has the sickest designs with costumes and style and just ruthlessness, you know. There's something about Quan Chi that I can't ever get enough of, and I do respect Quan Chi as a character, and he's a pretty cool bad guy. I love Quan Chi, and I genuinely cannot wait to see how they would make him look in MK12. You guys, last but not least on my list, oh my god, that was a tongue twister. We have the oh so incredible Onaga. I feel like he would be a sick addition, a really intimidating character that could put Shao Khan in his place, put all the other big baddies in his place, and stomp on everyone. I think he's amazing. And just to see what his design would be like would be the sickest. And I think he should be one of like the all-time big guys that deserves to be back into the world of Mortal Kombat. But yes, Onaga is definitely one that I would like to see a new, well, not new, but you know, back with his intimidation factor and how powerful he is. So Onaga for MK12. You guys, they are my 27 characters that I would love to have in MK12. Now, I'm not done. So I know I said that my roster is going to have 27 characters, but for me, in order to have a successful Mortal Kombat game, we need new characters, because Netherrealm is a king at character design and creation, and I don't think any game can make characters look as sick as Mortal Kombat does. So I would love, and I expect, 3 new characters. Now, I actually have an idea of what the 3 new characters should be. Okay, now the first new character, I feel like we need a female Shiroryu ninja. I feel like that would be absolute game changer, and even thinking about it now, I'm ridiculously excited and extremely hyped. So I feel like for a new character, a female Shiroryu ninja will be the sickest. Now for the second character, I feel like they should have like a Devora type design, because I think she's really unique, like a Devora / with collector type new creature-esque Mortal Kombat character. I feel like they're really good at that, so they should keep doing it. And the third character should be a brand new ninja, white colored ninja with light abilities. So like, for example, a Kamehameha like light beam that blinds his opponents, that is also capable of like burning them, maybe, and almost like a ghostly character that can do like photokinetic, how do I say, creature creations or apparitions, or there's something kind of crazy like that in the color of white with light abilities. I feel like they will be cool. Again, even if they're 3 brand new characters off the bat, I don't care, but I feel like they will be some sick ideas that I wrote down that I needed to share with you guys, because I'm like, oh, that could be awesome. I also do have honorable mentions that didn't make it to my roster, but I do love them and I respect them, and that is Devora, Kano, Baraka, and Rain. Maybe they can come for DLC. I don't know, but I would like them. I do love them, but I just really didn't have any space for them, and I prioritize all the other guys. So basically, instead of 27 roster, we have a 30 roster. I'm hopeful. yes, you guys, again, this was one of the harder videos that I think I've ever put myself through, but I did have fun doing it, and I do love Mortal Kombat, and I'm excited for MK12! I need it in my life. Let me know what characters you think deserve to be in the roster, or how you feel about my list. I will see you either in my next video or on my next stream. I love you, I appreciate you. Thank you so much for watching.